Okay, hello everybody. Today we are going to be using a team built around Mega Golurk. Now, Mega Golurk is one of the strongest Mega Evolutions by base attack stat, but it has a main weakness, which is that it is very slow. So today's team is a Trick Room team, as you can see here. Two different Trick Room setters, many different ways of getting Trick Room up, and an alternative Trick Room attacker in Torkoal. Here is the team if you would like to use it for yourself. Sorry about not having an intro today and adding an intro. Things have been really busy and I just haven't had the time, but I think that the team will be very, very self-explanatory as we jump into battle here. I actually was just playing some games with the Patreon. I got this is actually my first games in season 2, which means I was booted back to Pokeball tier, but I just played almost an hour of gameplay, I think, and got to Ultra Ball tier on the Patreon. So now that we're here, the opponents are going to be much more fierce than the lower tiers. Though honestly, people were pretty good in the climb. So interesting. So this is a team with sun, snow, and sand all together. I actually have never fought a team like this. It looks pretty challenging for my team though, because I mean, what am I supposed to do first of all? And second of all, how do I break through some of these super bulky Pokemon? I think my instinct is to do something like this. I think Torkoal allows me to fight at least a little bit versus a lot of these Pokemon. I think I need to bring Torkoal honestly just for Bestial Legion. Golurk is really strong because of its high physical defense stats. So and it's really, really strong. Wait, it doesn't even have a high physical defense stat. I don't know why I said that. It feels like it should be physically bulky, but it has the same defense and special defense stat. Regardless, Golurk is really good offensively and just does tons of damage. And so while it means that Hippowdon is going to be a little bit tricky and Garganacl, the two Pokemon, well, Garganacl should be okay because it's weak to ground, right? So I think that this is a reasonable bring here. Golurk is going to two-shot everything on this team except for maybe Hippowdon, though even then I think I'll two-shot it. So it's really just a question of, can I get it into position? Can I attack with it and do tons of damage? So let's see here. I expect them to lead Charizard with something. Honestly, like, oh, that's not what I expected. So this might be like Giga Bulk Garganacl, which is honestly okay. Garganacl could have Iron Defense, which would be a little bit spooky though. Actually, now that I say it out loud. You think this is Iron Defense Garganacl? Could be, right? I think it's like, okay, I think they're going for Iron Defense here and Aurora Veil. So I think what I want to do then is go into Torkoal and Trick Room. This is a bit ambitious, but I just don't feel like I'm under that much threat. If they just go for like Blizzard here, I'm gonna feel kind of stupid. They go for Aurora Veil. Salt Cure would be way better for me than Iron Defense. Stealth Rock. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. So I have the weather advantage, but I guess they're okay. I see the strategy. What they want to do here is they want to go probably into Hippowdon next. And use Salt Cure basically to just continually cycle my Pokemon and make them take damage. Eruption is a reasonable play here. The question is, do I think that Helping Hand is better? Or do I think that Psychic is better? I think Ninetales is switching, right? The nice thing is that because they didn't go for Iron Defense, then my Golurk is actually pretty strong. I don't think I should preemptively switch Golurk in. I think I'm supposed to stay in here. I feel like Helping Hand is reasonable. I think Ninetales is going to Hippowdon here. I want to give damage to Hippowdon. Okay, that is genuinely one of the bigger threats to my team. So getting through the Garganacl is going to be really tough because now in the sand it has boosted special defense. This is going to be Salt Cure into one of my Pokemon, probably into Torkoal is my guess. But I think Eruption's going to do good damage here, probably at least 60%. I wanted to get the damage now while I still could. Oh, that did a lot. That did a lot of damage. If it's not Citrus on the Hippowdon, that's basically a kill. Salt Cure. Okay, interesting. So do good damage here, unfortunately. I'm going to take a little bit of residual damage at the end of every turn, which is not good for me. It's not that much. Oh, that was sand. Yeah, they're actually doing tons of passive damage. Look at this, and their leftovers too. And now if I switch out because they set Stealth Rock up, I'm just in like pretty big trouble, right? Oh, and I bet the Hippowdon has Yawn. I bet the Hippowdon has Yawn. So I'd like to Erupt again here. However, I also want to get Golurk in. I think I'll go Golurk here and Psychic, because I do think I need to win the Weather War. I think I need to, even though Torkoal is taking damage here, even though Torkoal will take damage the next time I come in because of the Stealth Rocks, meaning it's effectively almost useless, I do think it's still worth going out here. Psychic covers if Hippowdon decides to stay in here. Yeah, they're going to be doing tons of passive damage. This is pretty threatening. However, because of the damage I've done to the Garganacl, I do think I'll be able to KO it with a Headlong Rush, which is pretty nice. Golurk also doesn't take that much here. They go for Salt Cure into my Farigiraf. So Hippowdon staying in here is going for Slack Off, that would be pretty bad. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, and I'm cured. Okay, yeah, you can see the strategy here, and it's going to be really difficult for me to break through. I'm doing good damage, honestly, but not enough. And Salt Cure is going to really start adding up here. I need to get a KO. That's the big thing. And I have no idea who's slower between Hippowdon and Golurk, because Hippowdon's naturally slower. The nice thing is that dropping my defenses doesn't really matter here. I'm worried about Yawn, but I think this is still the correct play. Try and get rid of the Garganackle. What's Garganackle's base speed? Is it even slower than I thought? Oh, it is. Wow, it's really slow. Yeah, I think I'm definitely losing this. It just depends on what the last Pokemon is. Because ultimately, I do still have Kangaskhan. I do still have Torkoal with some health left. I do still have Farigiraf, who's decently healthy. They actually switch Hippowdon out here. That's good. I didn't want to get Yawned. And they go back into Ninetales. So overall, this is good for me, I think. Getting a Psychic here is big. I'm going to get my Mega Evolution off. I wish I had Stealth Rocks. Also, removing the Sand means my Farigiraf is taking less damage every turn. And even if they protect, because of Golurk's ability, Unseen Fist, I will still do damage into this Garganackle. They go for Salt Cure, actually, so they're giving up a Pokemon here that's really big. Salt Cure's damage is annoying, but it's ultimately not that threatening. At least in the immediate term. It's mostly scary over time if I'm not taking KOs, but here's Headlong Rush. There's no way it survives this. Garganackle goes down. That was their main form of chip damage. And so if I were to, when I switch these Pokemon out or they faint, they won't be able to get access to Salt Cure again, although they may have already done enough damage with Garganackle here as I go for Psychic. This should do like 30%, maybe 35, 40. That's pretty good, honestly. That probably is in range of Headlong Rush then is my guess. So what's going on? They have 50% Hippowdon. I'm worried about Basculegion being the last Pokemon. I'm worried about Basculegion. I'm also worried about Charizard. Both of these would be pretty problematic Pokemon. It is Charizard. Okay, that's not good. So, okay, let's take stock here. How many turns of Trick Room are left? This is the last turn. Ooh. So I could switch to Kangaskhan here. If I were feeling risky. The thing is, I can KO their Charizard here. Oh, you know what I could do? I can Headlong Rush the Ninetales. Okay, watch this. I'm going to Headlong Rush the Ninetales. I'm going to switch to Kangaskhan. Here's my thought process. If they Mega Evolve Charizard on this turn, I will KO Ninetales. And if I KO Ninetales, then they're forced into Hippowdon, and then they reset their own sun. And I might be able to win from there. Although I might not have the damage because I've just let Kangaskhan, who's my most important Pokemon, take damage if they Mega Evolve Charizard here and go for Heat Wave. So let's see. Okay, they don't Mega Evolve. Here's Headlong Rush. This is KO. Snow defense boost does not matter here. Ninetales goes down, but Golurk is now -2 in bulk, which is not good. I'm still Salt Cured as well. Oh, are they going for Weather Ball? Oh, they went for Air Slash. Okay, I might die to this. I survived. I will barely survive the Salt Cure as well. Okay. Trick Room ends. But now the fact that I'm faster is actually working in my favor. Golurk should outspeed Hippowdon here, which will allow me to go for Headlong Rush. And they're at 50%. Do you think that KOs? Hippowdon has such big physical defense. There's no way, right? 52. Ugh. Like, there's no way, right? I guess I'll run the numbers, but I just don't think I can get it. It has, like, base 1 billion defense. Maybe. I might be able to. I think I should go for it, right? Headlong Rush here. Fake Out here. The alternative is to go for, like, Poltergeist, and I don't want to do that. They do Mega Evolve. Okay, cool. So Sun is now active and on a timer. If I went for Poltergeist here, I would have hated Charizard, but because they can protect, I just didn't really want to do it. I guess Hippowdon could have Sand Tomb as well. Sand Tomb Yawn with Stealth Rocks would be really annoying. Here's Fake Out. 30% to Charizard's pretty good. Flinches. Who's next to move? It is Golurk. Does it KO Hippowdon? 52%. There's no way. There's no way. Oh my god, it KO'd Hippowdon. My god. Okay. That's not what I expected. Okay. So Golurk is basically dead now, but it's done its job. It killed Ninetales, it killed Garganackle, and it killed Hippowdon. So I think what I was supposed to do here is go for Poltergeist, and I'm going to try and sack Torkoal here. I mean, there's no way I die to Last Resort, or to Heat Wave, right? I'm regular Kangaskhan, I might die. I want to be able to go for Trick Room. That's my hope. But what if Torkoal doesn't die here? He might not die. This might be a mistake. I need Torkoal to go down here. It's not like I have less than 50%, and Charizard's really strong. Go for Heat Wave. They miss. Golurk. Miss Golurk. Oh, that's the worst case scenario. No, they missed. That's not good. Okay. Is there a world where I can stall out the sun? There's 3 turns left, right? They forfeited. Okay. I think it actually was not over, depending on how much damage they did. But we'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. Okay. Okay, good win. Good job, Golurk. Yeah, I mean, you saw the power of Golurk though. Even against super physically bulky Pokemon, I was still able to get the win somehow. So I'm honestly shocked it killed Hippowdon. But I was running the numbers and it KO's max HP Hippowdon from the range it was at. Like the minimum roll was 53%. So yeah, pretty nice. Pretty nice job, Golurk. Okay, let's see what we're up against now. Okay, and another team that actually has some similar Pokemon to ours in the Lucario and the Farigiraf. They have Whimsicott and Meganium as well. I think this is definitely a game where I kind of want to try my Lucario, to be honest, though it could backfire. I'll try Lucario here and then Golurk in the back with... I think it's probably worth bringing Torkoal here because of the Meganium, Lucario, Farig, Whims, and to some extent the Tyranitar. Like it could be helpful, although it's not really helpful versus Tyranitar, but it's okay. At least Earth Power. Kangaskhan's good here, but I don't know if I love it into... I can't bring Kangaskhan into Farigiraf, yeah. So let's try Lucario. The strategy with Lucario is that we're holding, this is kind of a classic set from back in the day, but the idea is you have the Choice Scarf item, which means that you should hopefully move before most other Pokemon, barring any speed control. And you can use that Choice Scarf to use the move Final Gambit, which does flat damage based on your HP. If you played during Scarlet and Violet, you likely saw this on Annihilate, and you may be surprised to hear that you never saw it on Lucario. The reason that Lucario's base HP is like some ridiculous amount lower than Annihilape's. Like max HP Lucario doesn't even KO like most, like not max HP Charizard. Lucario just has really, really low base HP, whereas Annihilape has super high base HP. So this person's on a win streak. We'll have to see what we can do here. They also have the default characters, Charizard and Tyranitar. So, I mean, I have the ability to KO either Pokemon in theory. I think I'm just gonna go for Trick Room here. I'm gonna be greedy and I'm gonna Final Gambit the Charizard, I think, because the Tyranitar is most likely Chople Berry, right? If Charizard has 25 or fewer HP points, then my Lucario will outspeed and KO it. Okay, it is Mega Charizard. Show me Protect from Tyranitar. Show me Protect. Show me Charizard who isn't fully super bulky. These are the things I need. I don't know if I don't know if Frig will take a knockoff. Okay, well I move first, which is good. I could lose the game on this turn. I get the KO. That's the Mega down, but if I don't get Trick Room up, I think I lose. Like surely Farigiraf loses knockoff, right? Surely. Okay, Farigiraf is goated. Okay, that's good. I mean, it's bad and it's good, but I mean, that's not so bad, right? Like, I get Trick Room up, I get a KO. It's much harder to stall out Trick Room when you only have 3 Pokemon left compared to when you have 4, as well, so that's good. Now what? Lucario, Meganium doesn't look threatening here at all. Oh, but you know who does look threatening is Farigiraf. If they have Farigiraf, I might be in some trouble. Do you think Helping Hand Golurk KOs Farigiraf? Because I do have Farigiraf. It's going to be a roll. It depends how bulky they are. If they're max bulk, I'll never kill. Yeah, I guess Farigiraf coming in and reversing the Trick Room would be kind of threatening here. It's exactly what happens. I could have gone into Torkoal, I guess, and gone for Helping Hand Eruption. So what should I do here? Here's the deal. Helping Hand Headlong Rush will never KO Farigiraf if it's max bulk, but it can KO if it's not max bulk. I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to read them to go for reverse Trick Room here. And I'm going to go for Headlong Rush into the Tyranitar to cover for them attacking. This is really risky and will probably backfire. Like, they could go for Foul Play, in which case I'm just dead. But I feel like I should still make this play. Basically, the idea is that if they go for Trick Room and I go for Trick Room, we'll end up... Oh, that can't be good. That cannot be good. Okay, I get a KO. That is good. We have no idea the item on this Tyranitar. It could have been Scarf. Here's Headlong Rush. We need to see them go for Trick Room. If they just imagine they just attack into Golurk and I lose. Okay, Lucario's down. Golurk kills Lucario. Oh no! I wrote that. Oh my god! I wrote that. No! I couldn't. Whoops! My bad. Okay, I can't win anymore. I lost. I reversed them like an idiot. Oh no. Oh my god, that's my fault. I overthought it. Oh man. Okay, I'm dead. Yeah, okay, that's my fault. I was a little bit overeager there. Shoot. Oh man, I was totally fine. I was actually totally fine. And if I thought about it a little more, I maybe should have realized I could have gone into Torkoal first to prevent what happened there, but it was kind of unintuitive, right? To go Torkoal in front of Tyranitar when I could have gone Golurk. Okay, there is a chance here where if they make like let's say they go for, I don't know, Rock Slide, right? I mean, if they're scarfed, it's... I don't think it's possible. Galurk switches out. Torkoal comes in. Yeah, reversing my own Trick Room was not the best idea I ever had. I get the Weather War, but at what cost? Helping Hand. Okay, they could miss. They could go for a knockoff here. Should we knockoff? Ooh, wait, I don't live that. I think they're Choice Scarfed. Who else think it? I actually can win this. Maybe. If Galurk takes Helping Hand Earthquake, which I think it will. But it might not be Choice Scarf, in which case I'm dead for sure. Show me Earthquake again. I think they're Choice Scarf. I think that explains how they've been playing. Okay, if Farigiraf goes down to another one, so we need this to do what, like 30%? It should do 30. 57 down to 23, that's 34? I think I could win. I think I could win. I don't know if Galurk will take Helping Hand Earthquake though. It's like not as physically bulky as I think it is. But they're dead to another one, so I'm gonna go for Headlong Rush, and I may as well protect Torkoal, right? Because I'm dead to another one regardless. Let me make sure I click the right buttons there. Headlong Rush into Tyranitar, saying okay, and then protect here. I don't think the double protect matters. I think either I'm dead or I'm not. I go for Helping Hand, so Farigiraf is dead, Torkoal is dead. The question is, no. Now if I lose this, the game is postponed. Okay, Earthquake comes out. Does Galurk live this? I want to think it will. It is pretty strong, but I take a lot of damage. Oh, Tyranitar's too strong. Okay. Oh, they crit me. Okay, I'm gonna run the calc. How much do I have? 91. At 91. With Earthquake, I don't think I was dying there, honestly. I'll run the calc. Oh my god, they needed the crit. The max damage roll is 75. Even with the crit, I guess I was always dead to crit. Yeah, oh my god, okay. Well, honestly, that's okay. I feel okay about that. Without the crit, I was actually gonna win there. Although, mostly because they locked an Earthquake and gave me a way to KO Farig, but yeah, GG, well played. Yeah, I think given the fact that it was winnable, even though I made that horrible play, is, that's kind of a testament to Galurk's strength. It was like bulky enough outside of Trick Room that it should have won. I feel okay about that. Let's do one more. And I promise not to reverse my own Trick Room this time. I promise. Helping Hand Scarf T to Earthquake crit. My god. Okay, I'm not reversing Trick Room this time. I'm not doing it. I wonder if I can bring Hatterini. So, I mean, this doesn't look good for me. I mean, honestly, it's not so bad, right? I have Torkoal, who's honestly really good into like half these team members, right? But if I do these three, then okay, I want to bring Hatterini just so I can show off the lost member. And Hatterini offensively is actually pretty good here. But the problem is that they have Scizor, and I just don't think I'm supposed to bring Hatterini into Scizor. So I'll run the default mode again. I did bring Hatterini to one of the Patreon games if you are like the #1 Hatterini fan and you really want to see it. But yeah, for now I'll just run the main mode back. I have Scrappy, so I am allowed to fake out Frostlass if they lead it. Frostlass Sneasler. Okay, so I have a choice to make here. I have a choice. One thing that I could do is I could fake out the Frostlass. Obviously, the Sneasler wants to go for close combat, and also obviously I'm supposed to go for Trick Room here. But one thing I could do is I could fake out the Frostlass here, allowing them to close combat my Kangaskhan and get Torkoal in for free, which would then give me 4 turns of Torkoal plus Eruption, which is just very, very threatening. And they have the only Pokemon on their team that can take Torkoal attacks. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna try and walk you through what I think is gonna happen this game. I'm gonna go for Trick Room here. I'm gonna try and predict this whole game right now. I'm gonna Trick Room, and I'm actually gonna fake out the Frostlass, which denies Aurora Veil, which I don't want to give them for damage reduction. They're going to close combat my Kangaskhan, knocking it out. I'm then going to go into Torkoal to replace the fainted. I'm a genius. I predicted them to predict me to not have Armor Tail. Well, that was good. Yep, that's exactly what I predicted. Well, now I don't need to do anything. Now I can just Psychic Last Resort. That's not what I expected to happen. If they're not Sash, this thing is dead. This thing is dead. I think regardless of what Frostlass is holding, unless this thing is holding Great Powder, it's giga dead. What is happening? This thing isn't living this. There's no way. No Curse Body. Okay. Well, I didn't predict exactly what was going to happen in this battle. Why don't we do one more? Why don't we play one more? How about that? Well, who else think it? One more could be a good idea. Okay, this appears to be a hard Trick Room team, which is pretty threatening because I'm also a hard Trick Room team. So here's my idea. Why don't we do Lucario, Golurk, Patarini, and Torkoal? We can't bring Kangaskhan here because they have their own Farigiraf, and that means that Fake Out won't work. So my idea here is that I can go for coaching, actually, start boosting up my Golurk and making it super tanky, and therefore if they have like Crabominable in the back, then I'll at least have more defense to hopefully fight it with. This could also help me deny Trick Room, which I think favors me. I do need to be careful because I am I'm slower than Kingambit, right? Wait, am I faster than Kingambit? Oh, I'm actually faster. Interesting. Okay. Gallade and Kingambit are the leads. So overall, is this positive or negative? Gallade is more HP than I can handle, right? Gallade is me 68 HP. I could Final Gambit this. Lucario has more HP than it. Why don't I Final Gambit and Headlong Rush? I wanted to go for coaching, but like 2 KOs is 2 KOs, right? I need to be a little bit careful here, but I think this is favorable for me. I should just go for Sucker Punch. But I survive, okay. I'm really surprised the Sucker Punch there. It was a good play though. Basically means that even in the best case scenario right now, it's a 2 for 2. Since Golurk is basically dead. There's Sash. Ooh, that's not good. It's not good. Are they gonna attack me here? Maybe they're going for Sacred Sword. Sacred Sword would be reasonable. They're going for Sacred Sword, surely. Nice. Okay. So it's not a good turn, but it could be a lot worse. Sash Gallade is not good for me though. Here's Headlong Rush. I get rid of Kingambit, so it's 1 for 1. What I thought was going to be 2 for 1. But yeah, okay. Basically, we've each lost a Pokemon and most of another Pokemon. Gallade being faster than all my guys is not good for me here. So I think here the good news is that my Hatterene is genuinely very powerful and looks super strong here because they go into Farig. Okay. So here, what I need to watch out for is them getting Trick Room up for free, right? I'm gonna Psychic the Farigiraf. I know this looks stupid, but just bear with me. I think they want Trick Room up. Okay, they have Leaf Blade, but it's okay because it goes into Golurk. If that had hit Hatterene, it would have been pretty bad for me. Okay, they're going for Trick Room. This is what I expected. Because now what I can do, I can do 25% with this. And I left Gallade on the field for 1 turn. This isn't gonna look super impactful, but it's gonna end up mattering quite a lot here. Farigiraf almost never runs Protect, and Golurk is actually slower than Farigiraf. So by protecting there and letting them Trick Room, I made it so Golurk is the fastest thing on the field. And this is especially relevant because I left Gallade alive. I didn't give them a free switch out. So I'm gonna go for Headlong Rush into Farig because I'm the second slowest thing on the field behind my Hatterene. And I'm gonna go for Dazzling Gleam. So I've turned their own Trick Room against them. They protect Gallade. So I thought they didn't have Wide Guard, but now it appears that they, like I thought, oh yeah, they have 3 attacks Trick Room, but now that they have Protect, I see that I could have been wrong about that. Here's Gleam. Good damage from Fairy Feather Hatterene. Farigiraf is pretty tanky, and they actually are not citrus, so Headlong Rush is going to pick up a KO here before Farigiraf can act. It all comes down to what this last Pokemon is. It could be anything. It could be Camerupt, or it could be something else. Camerupt. Okay, so how do I beat this? Hatterene has an advantage right now. The speed order is Torkoal in the back, then Hatterene, then Golurk, then Gallade. So let's say I go Protect here and Dazzling Gleam. There would be 2 turns of Trick Room left. I think I can win this. I think I see how I can win this. I just need to get Gallade on this turn. They Mega Evolve. Oh, that's regular Camerupt. How fast is Mega Camerupt? It's base 20. I got the speed order wrong. Oh, no. That's not good. That's not good. But surely Hatterene takes a hit. Yeah, Hatterene should definitely take a hit here. Protect from Golurk. I forgot I didn't check Mega Camerupt speed. I only checked base. Heat Wave. Okay, Heat Wave is fine. Heat Wave is fine. I've heard of Eruption. Camerupt is the slowest thing in the field. It goes for Heat Wave and it connects. And it almost kills me in 1 hit. I guess it is Sheer Force. But the important thing here is that we get rid of the Gallade. And that's going to be very relevant in about a second. Because you might be thinking, Wolf, this Camerupt's going to kill all of your Pokemon and you're going to be very sad about it. And you're mostly right. However, there's 2 turns left of Trick Room. And I still have the Pokemon in the back. So I can actually save Golurk here by switching out into Torkoal and going for Protect. It doesn't really matter what I do on this turn, but I think Protecting is probably slightly more optimal. So I switch Golurk out, saving it for when Trick Room expires. And again, this is where delaying the KO on Gallade, giving them 1 fewer turn of Trick Room comes up huge, because if Camerupt had come in a turn earlier, it would have been boomed, right? There was no way I could have beaten a Helping Hand plus Eruption or whatever. Here's Heat Wave again. It's going to do even more damage thanks to the sun. It cannot burn me, which is good because of the sheer force, but the bad news is it's going to do ridiculous damage. Torkoal nearly KO'd in one hit there. And by one hit, I mean 2 hits. But now there's only 1 turn left of Trick Room, and that allows me to go for Earth Power here. I may as well just go for Psychic. They have a chance to miss Heat Wave. And the reason this is so impactful is because when this all ends, I think Torkoal and Camerupt are speed tying. Okay, I win the speed tie. This doesn't really matter because Camerupt was in range of Headlong Rush. And by stalling out the Trick Room, and they missed anyway. Okay, well, but they missed Torkoal. I can show you basically. It didn't really matter because Camerupt was always in range of Headlong Rush. And so by saving Galurk and stalling the Trick Room simultaneously with how I played this, taking out Gallade, which is the only Pokemon that could have KO'd my Galurk once Trick Room expired, now I'm able to bring Galurk back in, send it out here, and it doesn't really matter what I go for with Torkoal. The important thing is that I still have Headlong Rush available. This move is incredibly powerful. Ground typing is very strong in the format. Camerupt's weak to ground. So even if I hadn't hit that Earth Power, I would still come out on top here because I preserved Galurk for the very end. So they're thinking about it. I don't think there's any world in which Camerupt can do anything here. Headlong Rush comes out, Galurk, very powerful. Protect would not have saved it. Camerupt gets knocked out, and we beat the hard Trick Room team. Camerupt is really strong. I forgot it was base 20 speed. It's basically like kind of like Torkoal. But it has ground stab as well, which is really scary, and sheer force. So GG, that was a good game for sure. But yeah, that's my Mega Galurk showcase. I hope you enjoyed the team. If you like the team, you want to see more battles with it, there is like I said, almost an hour of extra footage on Patreon, as well as the course, which is we've done 7 of the 8 lectures. The 8th lecture will come out this Saturday from the time you're watching this. So if you're interested in getting better competitive Pokemon, or you just want to watch more of my gameplay, there's tons of stuff there. Regardless, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And this is the last Month of Champions 2 upload. This is the last of the Wednesday upload. So we'll be back to only Saturday uploads for a time now. So thanks for all your support. I hope you enjoyed this this battle content, and we'll be back to regularly scheduled programming. Yeah, now. Okay, that's it. Bye-bye.